Hi, I'm Megan Bristow, and I'm going to be doing my informative speech over the Civil War. The Civil War was one of the bloodiest battles in nation's history, and it completely divided the nation in two during this time. There were several things that happened leading up to the war and during the war, but it left with only one solution. Slavery was the main reason that the war had even began, and according to History.com, slavery first began in Jamestown, Virginia in 1619 to aid the production of goods. However, the treatment of slaves were very harsh and their living conditions were very poor. The Dred Scott decision was also a big deal among many African Americans and abolitionists. Dred Scott lived in Missouri, which was a slave state, moved to Illinois, which was a free state, and moved back to Missouri, where he was denied his freedom, so he sued for his freedom. He was denied this, and this angered the people even more. During the Civil War, there were many battles, but two of the most important ones were the Battle of Pea Ridge and the Battle of Gettysburg. The Battle of Pea Ridge marked a failed attempt by Confederates to destroy the Union Army. According to HistoryNet.com, the Union victory solidified the Union control over Missouri for the next 2 years. This was a turning point. The Battle of Gettysburg was the largest and bloodiest battle during the Civil War, and it marked the end of Robert E. Lee's second invasion on the North. This was also a turning point. I have a graph here that shows how many were wounded, captured, and missing, or killed. In the blue, you could see there were 400,000 that were captured or missing. In the green, you can see there were 476,000 that were wounded, and in the pink, you can see there were 620,000 that were killed. During the Civil War, many African Americans and immigrants were involved, especially for the Union. 1/3 of the soldiers who fought for the Union were immigrants, and 1 in 10 also fought for the Union were also African Americans. According to CRFUSA.org, African American soldiers refused their salary for 18 months because they were paid lower than white soldiers. So, in conclusion to all this, the Civil War is still considered to be one of the worst and bloodiest battles to this day. Slavery and court decisions had a big part in what even began the Civil War, and the treatment of slaves were very harsh and their conditions to live in were poor. The Dred Scott decision angered many African Americans and abolitionists. And during the war, there were many battles, but the Battle of Gettysburg and the Battle of Pea Ridge were two of the biggest turning points during this time. Whenever the Union were fighting, they had 1/3 of immigrants and 1 in 10 African Americans on their side fighting for them. However, African Americans did not receive equal pay, which led them to protest and not receive any pay at all. So, to this day, it's still one of the worst battles in history, and in the end, there was only one decision, and that decision was to abolish slavery altogether. Thank you.